Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for Law of Attraction hacks for how to get huge amounts of money in 2020. So this reading was inspired by somebody who recently DM'd me asking me, Rainbow, how do I completely transform my financial situation? How do I manifest a lot of money? This person had a really specific situation where they're trying to save up for a particular goal, a particular dream, and they're just wondering in their situation, how do I manifest that money? So it got me thinking. Some of you guys might know that my theme for the channel in 2020 is Get That Money 2020, and we're going to be talking a lot about how to manifest abundance, how to let go of any subconscious beliefs or behaviors where we're limiting ourselves. Because remember, the more that we allow ourselves to receive, the more we can give. So this is a really good topic. You guys can simply just watch this whole reading and get all the tips. But to also make it more fun for you, I figured you could pick a card to get more of a personal message, okay? So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. There's parts of it that could resonate with you, parts of it that don't. So always trust your own inner guidance and your own intuition above all else when doing any type of tarot reading online. And all you have to do to get your message is just simply pick one of these stacks of cards or maybe one of these words that you feel drawn to the most. So we've got number 1 over here, the word truth. Number 2 is fire. Number 3 is communication. And number 4 is gratitude. Once you have chosen, you can head down below to the description or to the comments where there will be timestamps, and I will see you soon. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. Okay, so what is your law of attraction hack to help you manifest some more money as you move forward into 2020? Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that the card that comes out in the middle of the whole spread is the frustration card. So, and then next to it's abundance. It's like feeling really frustrated when it comes to abundance, when it comes to money. I feel like for you, you're the kind of person that doesn't dictate your happiness by how much money you have. For you, abundance has a lot more to do with your inner peace and your happiness. But for you, it does seem like you would like more stability in your life. You have some goals, some dreams, some desires, and there is a need for some finances to kind of help with that. And so you're frustrated right now because it almost feels like this is a block. Like until I get the money, then I can't do this or do that, or until I'm in this type of situation, this can happen. And so it's very frustrating. And the way that you've been approaching making money or receiving abundance, it's like you keep trying the same thing over and over again, and it's just not letting up. It's not increasing. It's almost like it's just stuck on a certain level. It kind of reminds me of you turn on a faucet like halfway, and the faucet isn't turning off. It's just, the flow is still there, but you want more pressure. You want more of that flow turned on. So how do you do that? The cards are speaking really clearly. Your hack is to look into opening up different avenues for abundance to flow to you, because I feel like it's just been flowing maybe through one way. And this is a message for you to open up some new avenues, open up more ways for abundance to flow to you. So how do you do that? Well, think about it. Like attracts like with the law of attraction. That's what the law of attraction is all about. Like attracts like. So when it comes to making money in abundance, money is attracted to the energy of passion, okay? So whatever you're the most passionate about, whatever you're the most excited about, that's going to be an avenue for money to flow to you. Money flows where your energy and passion goes. So you've got to start thinking about what areas of your life, what activities, what hobbies, what interests, what gifts and what talents do you have that you are passionate about, that there's a strong energy around, something that you can continue to put momentum into that will grow. I always tell people, ask yourself, what would you do for free if no one was paying you? What would you do for free? Ask yourself, when it comes to how you're spending your time, when you're bored, when you're procrastinating, what do you do? When you're supposed to be doing homework, or when you're supposed to be doing laundry or something, or you're supposed to be focused at work, what do you do? And for me, I would always procrastinate by pulling out my cards. I was supposed to be doing some work or maybe doing some cleaning around the house, and there I go. I get caught up in my cards and pulling messages and researching tarot and astrology. So here I am, using one of my gifts to bring abundance to me. For you, what is it? Maybe you're going on Instagram or on YouTube, but what kind of content are you watching? Are you someone who's really into movies? Maybe you're someone who do really well working on set or directing or being behind the scenes. Like some people say, I don't do anything. I just kind of eat, sleep, go to work. But if that's the case, what kind of content are you watching? Like what are your hobbies? What are you interested in? You can even go back to childhood and ask yourself, when you were around 8 or 9 years old, what were you naturally drawn to? What were you good at? Like, what were your dreams then? Because when you're 8 or 9, that's when you're really coming into your personality and coming into the person you are. And your core intentions and your core goals will be really strong then, before you really go through the school system and they kind of beat it out of you. That's a whole other topic of conversation though. But, think back to childhood or your teenage years or your young adult years. Ask yourself, what your passions are, because this here says follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. So money is going to come to you through your creativity. Now you might be thinking, how am I going to get the time? Some of you guys are blessed enough to have time or to be maybe supported by another person, or to be in a situation where you don't have a day job or you aren't going to school or something like that. But I know that a lot of you guys who are watching right now are like, this sounds great, but it's impossible because I'm juggling too many things right now. I have multiple priorities. I already have 2 jobs, or I'm already on this path for this career. But this is a reminder to you that you do have an exceptional talent for multitasking. You might not have every day, all day long to focus on this or to open up this avenue for income, but you do have nights and weekends, and maybe that's the time you got to clean the house or you've got to be with the kids too. But sometimes all it really takes is a half hour a day, 20 minutes a day, even 15 minutes a day, if you can just carve out some time. I love hearing stories about people who wrote an entire book just by getting up early in the morning and spending that hour in the morning in the quiet before everyone wakes up, writing and working towards that goal, page a day. So there's really something to be said for one thing a day, little tiny steps. Really ask yourself, like, am I able to do this? Because until you give it a shot, you don't know. I remember there was a time in my life where I was a swim teacher and I was also a fashion stylist. For years I was trying to break into the fashion industry, which I did, so excited about. And I would part-time work as a swim teacher because that's what was getting me money. And then, nights and weekends or my days off, I would be going to these photo shoots and like dressing these models and these people who were, in bands, musicians, celebrities, doing makeup on people. And and then like my other alter ego was there in the pool the next day with all the screaming children teaching swim lessons. Sometimes you just got to kind of work it. So that's just some inspiration for you guys. There's a million ways to work it. Sometimes you gotta wait tables while you're going to the acting school or whatever, but this is saying that you do have the ability to multitask. You have an exceptional talent for multitasking. Bring fun into everything that you do. So bring that energy of fun and creativity into how you make money. Open up another avenue, or really start working more on your creative path, because there's something here for you. And then look, this says being happily and successfully self-employed. It's kind of a message to you about how money could come is through self-employment. Don't rule out self-employment. There's so many things you can do, whether it's something as small as just selling a little craft at the craft fair or online, or doing some side work for babysitting, working with children, or, there's so many different ideas, but definitely there's a way for you to do this creative work. And your last card here is time to take action, the power of creativity, success that allows for a life of luxury. If you go for your creative goals, you continue to educate yourself along the path, and you just put continuous momentum into it, it will grow. I've known so many creative people. I've watched people start from the bottom in their creative careers. I've coached people through this, and it's just amazing to see what happens. Like, it really is all about energy, you guys. Try this out. Try this path. Don't give up on it. And the great thing about using a creative path to get money is that if you have some other type of side job in the meantime, or something else you can get your bread and butter from, then that allows this creative job, or I call it like a jobby, a hobby that turns into a job, a jobby. It gives it time for it to grow organically. And over time, that energy and that momentum and that creativity and that happiness and those good vibes you put into this, how you're making money, how you're expressing yourself, it will turn up. That faucet is going to turn up for you if you take this path. So I hope this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, what is your law of attraction hack to help you increase your abundance? Money, income, finances, all that good stuff. So fire, magic, earth. We got the shaman card here. This is really making me think about rituals. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about rituals. This could be a really great way for you to increase your abundance, and I have used rituals and personally tapped into the power of ritual. So here's the deal. We all have like an ego brain, we all have an ego mind where it's kind of ruled and controlled by fear, worry, doubt, anxiety. It's just part of our human nature, okay? There's some people out there who are all about just obliterating the ego and ascending to only pure love and light. That's a great concept, but realistically, we just do our best, and we're always gonna have our human side, okay? So you might have some specific goal or a specific amount of money you want to attract. Let's say $200, $1,000 for this, for that. But what happens is we have that goal, but then we are also walking around with our ego. So, we might accidentally spend some of the money, or we might think, oh, it's never going to happen, or I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe next month, or I just don't think this is the right time, or it just seems impossible, So this is where rituals come into play, because rituals help you to ground your manifestation. Rituals serve as like a reminder to you that you're going to intend and put your energy into something. And some people believe that rituals do have real magic. I've done some rituals, I've done some prayers, and had some pretty cool things happen synchronistically. And it makes me think that, maybe we really are tapping into some higher consciousness and into that greater side of ourselves that is, one with everything that is. Maybe we do have the ability to kind of command and control our universe to a certain extent. And so it's something kind of fun to play with. I wouldn't necessarily call it magic, although some people like to call it that. I think it just depends on how you look at it. But a ritual can be as simple as just saying a prayer. A ritual can be as simple as just, making a wish on your birthday candles and blowing it out. So this is kind of a message to you to maybe start thinking about some type of ritual. So something you can do is maybe just go out underneath the full moon with like a crystal, and you can hold the crystal in your hand, and you can just imagine or envision what you would like to manifest, or the specific amount of money that you need to bring into your life. You can take that crystal and then bury it or put it on your windowsill as kind of a reminder of your dedication. There's so many different types of rituals to do. You can even do rituals where you're releasing things. You can write down on a piece of paper all your worries and all your fears about your financial situation, and then take that piece of paper and rip it up and burn it, and imagine yourself just releasing those fears and opening yourself to receive. I guess I'll tell you guys some of my rituals that have literally worked for money. If you ever, like, I randomly found a coin that was not from the country I was in, but it was a place that I wanted to go, and I wanted to attract money to be able to go to this specific place. So I took this coin from this specific place, and I took it out underneath the new moon, actually, and I just said a little prayer and imagined it happening, and I took the coin and I buried it. And then over the next couple of weeks, and actually the next month or two, I definitely noticed some shifts in my energy and some shift around me. I think since I had done that ritual, it really helped and inspired me to make it happen. So immediately after the ritual, like, I was writing down ideas and making like a vision board of what I wanted and working out my budget and everything. And a couple months later, I found myself in that specific place. So I think even if you're the kind of person that doesn't really believe in magic or rituals, a ritual is a really strong way to just like take all of your energy, kind of put it into the moment and say, like, this is what I want. It's like a moment of dedication. Okay, and it can be whatever you want. You can make up whatever ritual you want. Whether it's a specific spell you find, or it's something you make up, or it's a meditation that you do. It basically just helps you to release any kind of negative energies surrounding what you want to manifest, and helps align you with like that power of like positivity and purpose. So this card here says, no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. And maybe that's really honestly what the magic is behind the law of attraction and behind rituals and this meditation. It's just the fact that you made a choice. Like, that's where your power comes from. And I think a lot of us kind of sit around sometimes on the edge. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm just going to go with the flow. And that gets taken to an extreme where we just end up kind of letting life happen to us and we don't happen to life. So this is like setting a powerful intention and saying, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. It kind of reminds me in my own life of when I decided I was going to travel and leave Los Angeles and just go travel the world. I had a goal. I had $0 in my bank account, and 6 months later was the day I wanted to leave. And I just, bam. I did a ritual. I think my ritual honestly was just writing out a list of what I wanted and where I wanted to go and making a vision board. Bam, that's exactly how I set my intention. The power of setting that intention and committing to it, that's what sets everything into motion. So it's that passion. It's connecting with the earth. It's connecting with the forces around you and setting that intention forward. So that's where your magic comes from. So for you, ritual, very, very important. Rituals are very important. So maybe think about doing some type of ritual to manifest the abundance. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's see what your law of attraction hack is to help you manifest more abundance, more money, more income, because the more that you receive, the more you can give. And you deserve to live an abundant life. Abundance is your birthright. So, your message here, looking at this, is making me think about the moon cycle. Using the moon cycle to manifest. So this is your law of attraction hack, okay? We're gonna go over this quickly, all right? The moon cycle, but I would highly suggest you spend some more time watching about it. You can just type in Rainbow Harmony moon cycle and find some more videos of me talking about this. But basically, our body is made up of a huge percentage of water. And just think about what kind of effect the moon has on the ocean, on bodies of water. It has an effect on us as well. During certain phases of the moon cycle, doing certain things or avoiding certain behaviors at certain phases of the moon cycle can help you to better be in the flow of the energy. So the first part of the moon cycle is the new moon. It's when you don't really see the moon at all. You look up in the sky, there's no moon, or it's just a tiny little sliver kind of on this side. Just looks like a little sliver. That's the new moon. And if you're not sure if it's the new moon, just Google it. You can find moon charts and moon apps. Pretty cool to keep track. And each phase of the moon lasts just a couple of days. And during the new moon, this is a time when it's like a rebirth. You know, it's a fresh moon, it's a new moon. And so this is a time where you want to really visualize and you want to set your intention. For me, I just write a list in my phone. If I open up a note, if I don't have much time, and I just write down a couple of the goals I have for the moon cycle, which is a couple weeks. Write down some of my goals, write down a couple of things I'd like to manifest, and that's pretty much it. You can make a vision board if you'd like to for what you'd like to manifest, or you can just write it down somewhere, and that's pretty much it. You might spend some time closing your eyes and thinking about each thing that you'd like to manifest, and spend some time visualizing what that would look like. And that's all you do for the new moon. You just set your goals, you set your intentions, and you visualize. Now the next part of the moon is when the moon splits in half and looks like this. The next part of the moon phase. The moon splits in half, and that's called the first quarter moon. When the moon splits in half and it's the first quarter moon, for the next 5 or 6 days after that, that is the take action phase of the moon cycle. So you want to look at your list, or you want to think about the goals that you've set, and you want to take little baby steps or just a step forward for each thing on your list. You want to take action, you want to work, you want to hustle, you make it happen in practical ways. It's a very logical part of the moon cycle, very energetic part. Then what comes next? The full moon. And we all know about the full moon because sometimes we can tend to be a little bit more emotional around that time. Things from the past tend to come up. It's a time of release. It's a time of surrender. So you can go out underneath the full moon. What I usually do is I'll just delete the list of goals that I have. I literally will just delete them, or burn the piece of paper that I wrote my goals on, or just rip it up and throw it away. You can do other types of rituals to release energy, anything you're worried about, anything you're afraid of, release it. It's a good time to celebrate. It's a good time to be around friends. It can be an inspiring time. So now after the full moon, heading towards the balsamic moon or the waning moon, this is when the moon starts to kind of look like a sliver in this direction. It starts to disappear and head back towards the new moon. This is the time of rest. This is the time of reflection. This is the time where you're tying up loose ends on your goals. And some of your goals might be big goals that you're going to continue with for many, many, many moon cycles. But that's kind of just how you approach it. I think the most important thing is just setting your intention at the right time and getting started on it, making sure you take a lot of action during the first quarter moon, and allowing yourself to release any fears, worries you have at the full moon, and just keep on keeping on. During the balsamic moon, you just kind of rest, chill, relax, and you just repeat that. I think that the moon cycle really helps because sometimes if it's like the full moon or the balsamic moon and I'm feeling tired, exhausted, emotional, like it helps me not to have meltdowns. It helps me not to be like, oh no, this idea was so dumb and why did I even try this goal? I'm just gonna give up. I think when I realize, oh, like this is an energy that's just coming up. It comes up at this time every month. I know what to do. I know to release. I know to say a prayer. I know to take a bath. I know to just take a break, and then I can keep on keeping on. It helps me when the moon's cut in half and you know, it's that first quarter moon. That helps me realize, okay, I need to work. I need to hustle the next couple of days. If I put a lot of momentum into this, and if I just like work extra hours or I make this happen, I know that like it's gonna really take off. It's gonna bloom. You know, there's farmers, people who work with the land, who plant their seeds at certain times in the moon cycle and certain phases. And there's certain phases where it's really good to harvest. Like we're connected to this earth. We're connected to these energies, and the moon, following the moon cycle is the one thing that's helped me manifest my whole life. Like getting from being pretty much broke and like just in poverty and like dropping out of college twice and just like living in the middle of this big city trying to survive. Like I connected with the moon cycle started working towards it. 3 years later, I'm living in infinite abundance. So I cannot say enough about the moon cycle. Research it, learn it. It's not about being perfect. It's not about obsessing. It's just like every day, just remind yourself what the moon is and make sure you're doing the action that's associated with it. And you'll find that you're probably following this cycle naturally anyways. Just being aware of it will help you. Like my husband, he's so in tune with the moon cycle, but he doesn't really follow it. It's so funny. On the first quarter moon, he's always wanting to take action and always reminding me all these things we got to get done and always getting started on some project around then. And I'm always just laughing because just seeing that everybody kind of follows this energy without even realizing it is very interesting. So this is just a reminder to you, you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. It's almost like you need to learn more about manifesting and maybe try out the moon cycle. Just learn this. This is a life hack here. This is like a life tip. Learning how to manifest. And manifest just means making things happen. Making things happen in your life. Everybody manifests whether they realize it or not. Everybody makes choices. Everybody makes decisions. The more intentional you can be, the better you get at it. I mean, that's just going to help your life so much. So your last card here is telling you stress is coming in your life lately because you've had so many different things happening at once. But this reminds you you're really good at multitasking. You're really good at multitasking. Be ready for a lot of big changes in your life or big major events in your life if you start manifesting with the moon cycle. Have you ever heard that whole be careful what you wish for thing? Don't be afraid of using your power in manifesting, but if you want something big to happen, be prepared for the big change that comes with it. And I feel like this is just all about you in like the best way possible. Like the way for you to bring more money and bring more abundance in your life is to use your personal power to communicate what it is you want, visualize it, make it happen. So amazing. I love this message. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so for those of you guys who choose number 4, what is your law of attraction hack to help bring more money to you? Large amounts of money, more income. Because the more that you receive, the more you can give, and you deserve to live a prosperous and abundant life. That is your birthright. So what's going on here with these cards? Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you is that in order to manifest more abundance in your life, it's really working with the energy around your money situation. Because money is energy, no matter how little or how much you have it, it's energy just like anything else. So with the law of attraction, like attracts like. So I'm seeing something here about generosity and about giving. Every time you receive your money, take a small percentage of it or just a little bit of it and do something to give back. And you can decide what that is. You can set up some type of, you can donate to people's Kickstarters of things you believe in. You might not even have to give money. You can spend your time helping others as well, but especially with that money, if you can just give a little bit here or there to people that need it or investing. I know that's really difficult because sometimes it's like, I need this so bad. I need every dollar counts. But it can be the smallest amount, like even just like a couple of pennies to the person on the corner. I just kind of feel like there's a message for you here reminding you that the good that you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money. So, and this made me so happy. I did this a couple years ago when I was really working on my energy around money. I found out that giving really does help. Now, we don't give to get, but giving does help, and giving with a really generous heart too. So there's so many different things you can donate money to. Just remember to research if it's any company or organization, know who's behind it, etc. But you can even give to a friend in need, like just get your friends coffee sometime, just little things like that. And it doesn't have to be big. I started doing this. I had a friend who was trying to get, she's like an artist and was trying to get people to help her out on Patreon. She was having trouble getting art supplies, and I literally at this point was struggling, but I decided to donate like $20 to her. And I just was like, you know what? This $20, I'm just not going to get snacks this week or whatever. I'm not going to go out, you know, and I'm just going to give this to a friend. And it was so nice to see her meet her goal and to make her artwork and make everything kind of work out with that situation. It was so nice. And I did notice a lot more energy and good energy surrounding my financial situation. I could just feel it. So do little things to give with your money. I know acts of service are really good too, and donating your time, I highly recommend that, and that goes far. But if you're really trying to work on your financial situation, take a little bit of that money and donate to something. Also, donate to yourself too. Sometimes I even say you first. Like when you get your paycheck or you get your money, always do something nice for yourself with it. And do it with a full heart and with the blessing, not freaking out. Like get your nails done. And don't freak out about the money, just budget it in, get your nails done or whatever it is you need to do. A day at the park or taking yourself out to a nice restaurant or whatever it is, even if it's something small. Bless yourself with your money or use some money towards self-care every time that you get paid. You know, always using that to take good care of yourself, to invest back in yourself, okay? And then this is also giving as well. You know, giving a little bit to others. And seeing your money more is like an investment in yourself. So instead of buying random stuff you don't need, which we do sometimes, we just self-sabotage with money. We buy stuff we don't need, or we can just have some weird energies around money. I've been through it all, you guys. And when you are investing in yourself instead, it's so much more rewarding. And so invest in you, invest in people you care about, invest in friends. Like every single thing you spend your money on, start really thinking about it. Where did this come from? Where was it made? Like even with your groceries, like, and sometimes I know we've got to make compromises and get the cheap thing or whatever because of our situation. But as much as you can, really think of your money as an investment. Really think of it as an energy. Everywhere you send it is like an extension of you. Everything you buy and you bring into your life is an extension of you. And so just start thinking about that in little ways, and that will seriously transform your whole situation. Honestly, for you, your message is just going with the flow, really thinking about the subtle energy when it comes to your money, how you're giving it, how you're spending it. And I also see something about uplifting your energy through time spent in nature. This is one of my biggest tricks. When I was living in LA and I was struggling artist, there were times where I'd freak out because of financial situation, and I remember just getting in my car and driving to like a place to go hiking or the beach or whatever. And I would just spend the day there, getting my mind off of everything, just kind of realigning myself. And then by the time I would come home, I'd go home, I'd check my email, there'd be a job offer or something would come through, or my energy would just be better and I'd have a new idea. And so money has a lot to do with your energy. And so just working on your energy, keeping yourself high vibe. The easiest way to keep that vibe up is just go out into nature. You know, you could meditate for hours and you could say all these affirmations, but going out into nature is bam, instant energy boost. Connect with nature a lot. Work on some of this energy around the money, and like your situation will change so much. It seems easy, but it's like you got to stay focused. It's really what happens in the moment and every day that counts. This is a reminder to you to manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. It's so crazy because I barely even looked at this card. That's literally everything I just said. That's so crazy. Yeah, in a nutshell, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out people who are less fortunate just in little ways. Protect the fruits of your labor. Savings will also help you, even if it's just saving $1 a week or whatever, something, get a piggy bank and save change. Like that will help you. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. You know what's funny? I actually got a little I don't usually keep my change and it's just everywhere, but the past 2 months I've kept my change on this little altar on this table, and that little change pot has grown to like 10 euros, and I'm gonna go do something fun with the change. I don't know what, but I have other money too, but even just that little bit of just like collecting the little bits and seeing how it adds up and doing little things with it and just using every little bit of what you have and gratitude for it all. You guys, I cannot talk enough about this, obviously. I think that just work on your attitude a little bit when it comes to money and really start getting into that energy of generosity, go with the flow, and you're gonna increase your abundance so much. So I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. And for those of you guys who watched all of these or you've been part of it, let me know below what you would like to know more about when it comes to manifesting money. Are there any points in here I should break down? This is a lot of information. I've got so much to say about this, so stay tuned. We're gonna do more pick a card readings like this. We're gonna do some more videos on these topics, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.